In this video, we would learn how to construct a frequency histogram for this raw data. So, first thing we have to do is that we have to construct frequency distribution table. And in our just last video, we went over that. And for this data, so our frequency distribution table would look like something like this. We just constructed in our previous video, right? So we constructed classes, so we divided it into 5 classes, and we then find its class width was 1.5, and then we have this start with the lower limit like 67, the smallest value, right? So with the 1.5 so class width, right? So we come up with this frequency distribution. So sometime in some problems you would be given data in this form in terms of frequency distribution, then you do not have to do it. If the data is not given in this form, data is given in the raw form just like this one, so first thing you have to do is that you have to construct this one, frequency distribution table. That's the first task. Now, so once we have this frequency distribution data or table, right? So then we would make a histogram. So this is how we do it. Let me keep this in here, right? So and start with this one. So let me grab this graph paper here, right? So we start, what we do is that, so we start on some corner here, this point here, right? And on the vertical line or the vertical side, so we draw frequency, right? So this side, so let me write it here. Frequency, and on this side, so we would write on our classes, right? So you can start so anywhere, like say for example I'm starting with say this point for example here, right? So if you look into our classes, right, so our classes start with like say this way, right? So 67, right? So I would label as 67 here. Then the next would be the lower limit of the next class, so which is 68.5. So let me put this one as a 68.5 here. So 68.5. So this would be our first class, right? So first class from here to here. Then next class would be 68.5 to 70. So keep the same width, right? So we have like 2 units here, so same width. So this would be your 70. This is our next class here, and then the lower limit of the next class 71.5, which would be here. This is the same width. So 71.5, and then the next lower limit is 73, right? So then go with the 73 here, and then because this is the last class, then you put the upper limit, so 74.49, and make it a little bit up, so this would be then 74.5, like this, right? So keep the same width, and they should be just just keep the lower limits here, right? So lower limit of each class, so 67, 68.5, 70, 71.5, 73, and then for the last class you put the just add the class width and get the next, if there should be a class, so what's that be, that lower limits that we have to put here, right? 74.5. So next thing we have to do is that their frequencies, right? So height of we were making a bars here, and height of each bar or rectangle should be the length of the frequency. So for each, for example, you would assign this one unit as a 1, like 1, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. Right, so 13 is the highest frequency that we have here. Alright, so the first class, if you see that, so our first one, it has frequency 6, right? So our first bar should have a height 6, right? So this till this is 6, so it should be having, right? So this height here, right? So you can then highlight it, either color it, or you can put these lines here. So this is our bar or rectangle representing our this first bar. So for the second one, the 68.5 to 70, the height is 5, so it's a little bit down here, this one. Alright, so again you can highlight this part. So you can highlight these boundaries too. So for the next class, which goes from like here 70 to 71.49, so it has frequency 13. So for this one here, so it's 13. So 13 is up here. You see here, so 13 is here. Okay, so right, so this is our this third one. The fourth one, 71.5 to 72.99, right? So it has a frequency 2. So 1, 2, so this will go like this. This one, and then for our last class has a frequency 4, so 2, 3, 4. Let's go this high. So this now represent our histogram for the data.